Hello. Today we're going to write equations and inequalities, and all we're doing is translating each sentence into either an equation or inequality. So the difference in between the two, an equation has an equal sign, and an inequality statement has one of the four inequalities. So something you need to do to fill in your notes, the equal sign means is equal to the other associated phrases. A lot of times the word is or is the same as, that is equal to, is exactly, will be the same as, or is only, is all those associated phrases there means the equal sign. So what's so confusing about this is the word is, it's one of the verbs, and you have to have the word is in order to differentiate in between a, like, for instance, a minus sign or a less than symbol. So is less than means this less than symbol. If it just says less than, then that means a minus sign. So that word is super important. So this is less than. This is a less than or equal to symbol. This is a greater than symbol, and this is a greater than or equal to symbol. So we have just a few examples here that I'm going to work through. And I've already highlighted, based upon the previous lesson, the words. So the green still goes with the sum or the addition problems. Pink is still subtraction. Yellow is still multiplication. And orange is still division. So the sum means to add. Remember, sum is the answer to an addition problem, and it goes where the word and is. So that's where my plus sign will actually be. So it's the sum of 42 and a number n. So it's telling you what that is equal to. So here is the verb of the sentence, and I'm going to use that equal to symbol. And so I'm just going to go ahead and write it up here, because is equal to is right here. And then 51. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down. 42. My plus sign comes next. N equals 51. That's all you have to do. You're not solving it. You're just translating it. So the next one, the difference of a number z and 11 is less than 35. So difference means to subtract. And that's the answer to a subtraction problem. So that's going to go where the and is. So the minus sign will be right there. So you're going to subtract the number z, or the variable z, and 11. And then it says is less than. Is less than is this inequality symbol right here. So I'm going to use that symbol there. And then we have the number 35. So to write it out, I have z minus 11 is less than 35. All right, the next example is product. Product means to multiply, and that's the answer to a multiplication symbol, or multiplication problem. So that's going to go where the and is. So the two things we're going to multiply is 4 and the number w. W, remember, is a variable. Is at most. So now we need to look up here in those associated phrases and looking for the words is at most. And if you look in each row, you'll see is at most means is less than or equal to. So I'm going to write that symbol there so I can remind myself. Next, I'm going to go ahead and write it out. So 4 times w is less than or equal to 51, because is at most means less than or equal to. The next one is, again, a difference. So my minus sign will actually be where the and is. So we have 9 minus, here we go. The word quotient means to divide. I'm going to highlight that orange. And that division is going to go where the and is, because quotient is the answer to a division problem. So that divide symbol is going to go right there. So to go ahead and read it through, the difference of 9 minus the quotient. So remember, quotient, we're going to set up a fraction of a number t. So t is on top because it comes first. Then the divide sign, and then 6 is 5. So the word is by itself is right here. and it means equals. So I'm going to write equals 5. That's what that is means. Okay, so the next one, for more than. If you recall from yesterday's lesson, more than means to add, but it's a turn it around phrase. So we're going to actually write it kind of backwards. Twice means to multiply, and you're going to multiply by a specific number, and that number is 2. So 2 times, and it tells you 2 times k, is no greater than. So we need to look for the words is no greater than. And if you look up here, is no greater than is right here. Is no greater than, and that is a less than or equal to symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and write that here so I can remember. And then we've got the number 11. So remember that turn it around phrase. So I'm going to start before that inequality. So 2 times k, so I can write that as 2k. And then more than is a plus sign. Then 4, and then I've got this inequality, less than or equal to, and then 11. Those are probably the hardest ones that you're going to have to do, is to figure out how to write that turn it around phrase. All right, the next one. 2 less than. Less than means to subtract, and less than is also another turn it around phrase. 2 less than the product. Product means to multiply, and that multiply sign will be where the and is. So the product of 3 times the number x is greater than or equal to. So we need to find is greater than or equal to, and it's right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that down so I don't have to keep going back and forth, to make it a little bit easier on myself. And it's greater than or equal to 5. So I'm going to start here in the middle because I know I have to subtract 2 at the end of right before my inequality. So it says the product of 3 and a number x. So I'm going to do 3x. So it'll end up being 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 5. All right, the next one. The sum of, remember sum means to add, and that add sign will go right where the word and is. So the sum of 12 and the square, remember square means it's the exponent of 2. So the square of b is equal to. Is equal to is probably the one that we're the most comfortable with because that's an equal sign, and that's what we've been doing forever. So is equal to 48. So let's go ahead and rewrite it. 12. Then I've got my and, so my plus sign. The square of b, so that's b to the exponent of 2, equals 48. Okay, the next example. Less than means to subtract. Less than is a turn it around phrase. Now, reason I know that's subtract and not the less than symbol is because the word is not directly in front of it. So 7 less than twice. Remember, twice is 2 times something, and it tells me 2 times t, is no less than, there's my verb part, so is no less than, if we look up here at the top, is no less than, that's what you're looking for, and it's right here, is no less than, so that's going to be that greater than or equal to symbol, so I'm going to write it above there, 20. So I'm going to start in the middle because it's got that less than. I know that's going to go at the end. So minus 7 is at the end of that. Twice a number t, that's going to go in the front. So 2t minus 7 is no less than, that's the symbol, this greater than or equal to symbol, 20. Hopefully by now these are starting to get a little bit easier for you. I know in class the students really started getting the hang of it a lot quicker by the time we've gotten here. So let's go ahead and try this one. It's very similar to the one we did previously. 4 less than is minus. Remember, that's a turn it around phrase, so we know we're going to have minus 4 before that inequality. Product means to multiply, and that product is going to be where the and is, so I'm going to do 4 times a number m. So 4m goes in the front. Is equal to, again, that's the one that we're the most comfortable with. That's an equal sign. And then 12. So today's assignment will be on the back of yesterday's assignment. So here was yesterday's assignment that we did. And then here's today's. It's on the back side. And I'm going to work through one of these with you. I'm going to do this one right here, down here at the bottom, and I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit better. Now, it says the sum. Sum means to add. And remember, that color was green. So the sum, now if you're at home, you do not have to highlight these. If you do not have highlighters, that's fine. I'm not grading the highlighting part. I'm just trying to use that as a tool to help you out identify what some of these words are. Okay, and I know that sum, that word means to add, and it's always going to go where the and symbol is. So that's where that plus sign will go. 3 times. Times means to multiply. And it's telling us that we're multiplying 3 and a number b. So I'm going to write the number 3 so I don't have to read that word again. Times. And then it says a letter B there. And 33 is at least. So if you look at your notes from today and you're looking for is at least, is that greater than or equal to symbol right there? Because is at least this here, so it's on the same line, greater than or equal to. So I'm going to write it down here. Is greater than or equal to 56. So to write it out, I have 3b, so 3 times b. Remember, here's my sum, so there's my plus sign. 33 is greater than or equal to 56. And that was on the bottom left-hand corner. I hope this helps you out with today's lesson, and I will be back tomorrow for more information. Have a great day.